We are at HGC Hollyweird. This is our fourth pay-per-view. This is our second pay-per-view where the world title is not defended in a row. Basically, there's not a lot of contenders for Sam Strong, so we're kind of delaying his run and dragging it out like a Hogan and 95 WCW kind of deal. But we do hit no pre-show matches. We just start the show off hot with Jack Bruce defeating Dark Eagle to become the first ever or second ever cruiserweight champion and the first ever title to change hands. It might not be the last tonight. Jack Bruce pretty much is a more interesting character, and I feel like he can have more of a impact on our show as champion than as just like another guy. And like I said, there's like a long-term plans with Jack Bruce that I have that will um, be kind of cool, I think. But happy with the match. It's a good way to start the show, like the cruiserweights are. And yeah, Dark Eagle had a great run as champion, 5 defenses, I think, which is the most in the company right now. Charlie Homicide's short behind him with 4. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see how we continue to build and develop the cruiserweight division in the coming months. We follow that up with the Blazing Flames losing to the Vesey brothers. The Vesey brothers make their second defense of the tag titles. Uh, there's cards pretty heel heavy and wins, so I was trying to figure out how to like space it out into a way to make sense as much. I don't know if I'm even really happy with it per se, but I feel like it was just the best possible choice. So yeah, we just had the Vesey brothers defend the title right after Jack Bruce wins the cruiserweight title. I feel like there's just good flow of like good match, better match. And I think we bring the crowd back down here with Damien Carville and Jeb Langley, with Damien Carville getting a win over Jeb Langley. Like I said, Jeb Langley's like that lower mid card Val Venus like babyface. I never compared him to Val Venus, but the more I think about it, the more that's kind of his position. And Damien Carville can be mid card, upper mid card for us, maybe even main eventer if he develops. Jeb Langley was like a 39 popularity. Carville was like 33. So I'm hoping to get Carville up without Jeb Langley getting low. I did keep Jeb strong. So yeah, I feel like it's important sometimes for heels just to win outright. And this is one of those matches where it made sense for Carville to get a little bit of a rub here. Speaking of heels getting a win, this is what I'm talking about. Heel heavy, Romeo Heartthrob defeats Troy Tornado. If you remember, Troy Tornado has been a bane of Romeo's existence since Romeo lost his hair versus Liberty. So this is Romeo getting his win back after Troy kind of rolled up like a cheap win. Shawn Michaels 97. Sorry, my mic just what's called hit peak zone there, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, pretty much Romeo gets a win here, reason the Cupid's clutch, looking like Iron Sheik. Unintentional, but that's funny. I wish I was clever enough to think of that. Then we start off a new angle of sort, where Tommy Cornell and Barry Bone interrupt Cowboy RDJ's promo. Cowboy RDJ's kind of promo backstage. He's confronted by the youngster Tommy Cornell, and Barry Bone is with Tommy Cornell, and just kind of Tommy just kind of insults Cowboy, and this is going to lead to a match and a little bit of program. Um, to continue pushing the syndicate as like this heel group with the rising star Tommy Cornell and Barry Bowen, and Cowboy is like a mainstay babyface for us. We follow that angle up with the Vessies getting attacked backstage and Jesse Christian. Jesse Christian is being recruited by the All-Star team, hasn't really officially joined, but's being recruited by him, so he's celebrating backstage with the Vessies, and the Demons of Rage just beat the heck out of everybody as a way to kind of assert their dominance over the tag division and stake claim as the next contenders effectively, because this is the second time they attack the Vessies. We continue the Sam Strong versus Dungeon of Doom storyline kind of thing, where Travis Sentry and BLZ again trash Sam Strong. Um, I kind of might make a pivot with BLZ as like a monster heel, because like I don't really have a character for him other than just monster heel. I kind of like I was thinking about WWE 2K25 and Abyss is in the game, and honestly, I'm gonna buy that DLC just as like a because it's cool. Like I liked like watching I was a big TNA fan growing up. In the 2000s to like Hogan's run. Honestly, till AJ Styles left the company, then I kind of fell out of watching them. Besides like the Hardy stuff that kind of popped off, but nonetheless, I think BLZ Bub might make him more of an Abyss character, as I feel like that can give me a little more of like a visual of how to book him. So just figured I'd share. That's kind of the visualization I'm going to move forward with Beelzebub. Then our brother versus brother feud, that's in reverse. Well, you'll see what I mean by that. We have Sid Streets defeat older brother Dusty here. Clean, solid match. They don't have great chemistry, which is funny. I didn't know that. And I feel like it's a good way to kind of assert that Sid is like the more capable of the brothers right now. Even though Dusty's still top of his game, like he's mid 60s, 68 popularity, versus Sid's like 80. So I kind of wanted to just keep those even, well, keep them where they're at. But also, this is the way Sid Street's come in the company, gets a win over his brother, and after the match, because the tease is the whole time is one of them is Dusty going to turn on his brother effectively. That's what I'm kind of pushing towards the whole entire past month of or 6 weeks of shows. Ultimately, he shakes hands with his brother, so it's not necessarily like they hug or a big deal, but I think it's a like moment of like ooh, and then just kind of rip the carpet out of like okay, there's no heel turn. Solid angle. Their angles have really carried it, so I'm looking forward to them maybe even pairing them together as a team. Even though I'm very deep in babyface tag teams, I'm not that deep in heel tag teams. Um, so I don't know. We follow that up with a continuation of the All Star Jesse Christian, Monty Walker, RP Jr., Charlie Homicide feud, where RP Jr. is attacked by Monty Walker in his title challenge versus Charlie Homicide. Charlie Homicide defends the title for a fifth time, effectively defeating RP Jr. And with that, he continues being the hardcore champion. RP Jr. loses another title match. We're gonna build up to like an RP Jr. crash out moment where he loses title shots left and right. As like that, what's it called? Entitled like cocky jock baby, or he's entitled cocky. He's a cocky baby face now, but we're gonna move him to an entitled cocky jerk heel over the next coming months. This, if you remember, RP Jr. was attacked by Charlie Homicide. He came to attack Charlie Homicide during Charlie Homicide's match versus Monty Walker. Accidentally hit Monty Walker. So Monty Walker just returns the favor here, cost Charlie Homicide the match. So it kind of gets his comeuppance. And even though Monty Walker is a babyface, RP Jr. is a babyface, they're natural rivals as like the cool outsider type and the jock type. That was a long-winded way of saying solid match. We follow that up with the blow off of the Ripcord Protege storyline where Frankie Future loses to Ripcord in a match I was kind of hoping for better, but is what it is. Yeah, basically Ripcord is much on his way to at least contending for the title again, if not winning it. I'm not sure. And Frankie Futures is up and coming. I'm hoping he gets a little bit of popularity rub from being in a great match, but it's whatever. And then that leads us to our main event of Liberty versus Eric Tyler. I guess I should have pointed out the creative finishes where we had the Vesties had a creative finish. We had Ripcord had a creative finish, and Liberty had a creative finish. We saw Liberty's here was a failure, which sucks. It kind of hurt the match rating, but it was still solid. Um, yeah, so Liberty, he lost to Eric Tyler in the crowning of the title tournament due to outside interference from Remy Heartthrob. He lost the title defense versus Eric Tyler due to Remy Heartthrob. So this is a cage match. No interference is possible. Pinfall or submission. Liberty defeats Eric Tyler, becoming our second international champion and the second title to change hands on the company. Overall, the show was okay. I mean, we were 81 last month. We're 80 this month. I think next month, we're of course we're gonna have the return of Sam Strong. I think even the next episode. Sorry if my mic just peaked again. I think it hit the cord. Um, yeah, I mean, solid card. If I would do anything differently, maybe not do. I don't like doing creative finishes in main events in case they like fail because there's a blowback. But I guess no risk it, no biscuit kind of thing. And maybe like have a pre-show match with the Island Boys, Richard Blood and Rico Santana versus Nation of Filth or something, just to kind of start it. But I don't know. I don't know if that really affects the ratings or anything. All right, let's review all this stuff here. Who are we going to shout out? Eric Tyler, Ripcord, and I guess Brian Vesey. Um, and they're just going to get all point out as good examples. Actually, great performances. I don't know if those make a difference to one another. Financial report. Okay, so about 600,000. We didn't go up in popularity in the areas I'm looking at, so let's go over media scrum. They're calling pay-per-view success. How do I view the show? It was a huge success. Whole roster should be proud. Delighted it went so well. It was a good show. It can still improve upwards and onwards. It was okay, but I think we can still better. I was disappointed. Really think we can put on much better shows. I'll just go huge success. Very Tony Khan like. Eric Tyler is said to be happy in HGC, and he is a grifter. So what that means is he's a pain in my butt. He was complaining about losing the Liberty, even though they're pretty much identical in popularity. Um, so let's see what the options are. I work hard to create a great backstage environment. No surprise, he's a favorite of mine. Careful man management. Goes to show how great life in HGC is. I'm glad that he's having a good time. We'll just go with that one. Should keep him easy. Jack Bruce had an off night. Do I consider him too unreliable to trust? I will faith he'll become more consistent. I'm sure it was a one-off. It was a huge problem that needs to be addressed. If he doesn't address, his career will suffer. Everyone has off nights from time to time. Give him a break. I wish there was one like I thought his performance was fine or something, but we'll just go. Everyone has off nights. Then again about Jack Bruce winning the cruiserweight title. Should we expect him to have a long reign? I'll give him an opportunity. Start from the bottom top. Give him an opportunity. Let's see how he does. I have a lot of faith in him. Deserves an opportunity to get run as champion. I'm not committed to anything. We're going to get behind him a big push. We'll just give him deserves an opportunity. Backstage environment seems to be good. How much credit do I take for that? The locker room takes care of itself. Good of full people. Blessed to work in such a great atmosphere. I do my part, but I'm lucky enough to work with a lot of great people. I work hard and keep the locker room happy. I like to say I do my. I'll say the locker room keeps care of itself. Okay, then we had this question last month. The big stars of the average age is an older side being 41 years. I feel like it's older than that because it's really Sid Streets is 41, maybe Dusty is 45, Rip is 48, and Sam is 49. 41 isn't particularly old. I like that. New stars will be created. It's nature of business. The older generation will be used whatever new wave. Don't like that. I only care about the now. What about 10 years from now? Don't like that. Plenty of young talent on the roster who will rise to take their place. I like that because that doesn't really like bring anybody down. It just brings the young guys up. And Frankie Future is happy about that. Dark Eagle was also unhappy about losing to Jack Bruce. So this confirmed pretty much asking about Dark Eagle refusing to lose, but obviously I said too bad. Sometimes people need to take one for team. It's unfortunate, but it need to be done for good show. Can't please everyone all the time. Understands his frustration. Every show needs winners and losers. I know best. I understand his frustration. Try to keep everyone happy as we possibly can. Soul Taker, I like that. Render, his mic skills are funny because Taker. You get it. So Bruce the Giant is a guy that I think of the time maybe would have been brought in, but one thing he's not interested in us, and I don't think gamifying it so he can make him interested in us because ultimately I don't agree with the popularity restrictions versus size restrictions and signing people in the game. So like if Sam Strong's deal was up right now, he wouldn't even negotiate with us to re-sign. Like it's whatever. It's one of my peeves of TEW, but it's fine. But I'm not really interested in bringing him in. I mean, he's just a giant. He's young, so we'd have a long time to book him, and I just don't really have anything for him besides like he beats Sam Strong and then beats the Syndicate, then does this, then does that. All right, let's look at popularity for Jack, Damian, Charlie, and Frankie. All right, let's just go here, active roster. All right, let's start with Damian. So he's at 39 now, so he went up 4. That's good because we kept Jeb strong, so Jeb shouldn't have went down. Barely went down 1 if he did went down at all. Jack should be in the lower 40s now. He went up 5. He went up 5. Frankie, I don't think went up, and this is another like pet peeve of TEW. Like he lost a match, so his popularity doesn't gain anything. But like I feel like his popularity, like in real life, like if let's see who would be Ripcord. I guess a John Cena or CM Punk had a great match with Austin Theory. Like Austin Theory, even though he lost, would get like a little bit of like a different rub and popularity if he had a fantastic match. So like I guess the 76 rating isn't that fantastic, but I think that's the point. Liberty did go up a little bit over the course of this program, but not particularly in the match. And then Eric Tyler didn't really go down, so that's good. And then let's see here. I said Charlie because he got a big win over RP Jr. We did keep RP Jr. strong and protected, so that's why the match rating was a little damaged. But he's still went up. That's good. I'm happy with that. So now I got to figure out what the plans are for next month. RP Jr. is a little unhappy over the loss. I, of course, will give bonuses. I feel like at the end of the year, so at the end of the like in-game year, I want to do like a recap show. We're gonna add together all the amount of bonuses I gave out, and so we can see like what that is as well as like other things. So yeah, we'll cut it off here. A little bit of a longer episode. Try to keep these short as I can, but thank you guys for watching, and talk to you next time.